280 million people hold stablecoins today, but just 1% of that actually powers our global payment systems. Everything in between that is what the opportunity that lies for us to kind of build today. I'm Harsha, and I run growth at OrbitX. And every day I have conversations with people who are trying to build exchanges, who are trying to build wallets, neobanks, etc. Everyone has the same problem. They have users, they have wallets, they have stable coins, but they don't know how to make it useful. How can people pay? How can people pay their payrolls? How to send money home? How to buy lunch, etc. So if you want, in the next 10 minutes, I'm just going to run you through with my experience talking to clients. So we also run like a white label service and build an API service. So we speak to people every day on how to build a neobank. And I'm going to give you my experience in the next 10 minutes on how to build a successful neobank. To build a successful neobank, it requires like two parts. First one is the custody. Custody is basically where, how do you get your stablecoins in? How do you hold them? How do you move them around? What chains to support, etc. And the second one is the plugs. This is where it gets interesting, right? So plugs, basically there are four main plugs. Plugs are typically connections, which takes your stable coins from your wallet and makes it useful for any user. So there are typically the four standard ones that are like right now. First one is like payouts. Payouts is basically like when you're trying to pay someone, your stablecoin balance has to go and they deposit into someone else's bank account. Second one is like a pay-ins. How do you get paid and then it comes back to your balance? It can be paid through crypto, it can be paid through fiat, it can be paid through bank accounts, or maybe even like a QR pay-in, right? And the next one is the cards. So we already have MasterCard, Visa, etc. They have a huge reach in their card network where merchants accept them. So how do you put your stable coins to use where the whole card network is already there? And the last one, which is like, I think the last half a decade has kind of brought up, is like QR payments, which are like instant payments. Most of the merchants want instant payment now. They don't want to wait 2 days for the cards to kind of settle. So QR payments has kind of enabled this to kind of make it very simple, so instant. So now how do you make stable coins work with QR payments? So these are the four different plugs typically that works and helps you kind of build like an in and out flow for stable coins. So we speak to a lot of teams, and most of the times people think that building a plug into the stablecoin wallet or its thing is a software problem, it's an engineering problem, it is a skill problem, but actually it's not, right? It's more related to what rails you're on, what is the compliance, what is the licensing, which people typically tend to kind of forget and miss and try to kind of figure out how it can be done, but they end up wasting like 4 to 6 months trying to figure out in each geography. So across the globe, we've been traveling and we're talking to a lot of clients, people who are building on top of this. Each geography has a very market-specific plug. For example, we're all sitting here in Vietnam. We already know that you had to exchange money to either pay through cash and or use QR payments. So we're a QR first. Vietnam is a QR first industry where people, even from a street vendor to a taxi to a supermarket, etc., everyone loves to just get paid through QR payments or through cash. But if you try to launch a card product in Vietnam, no one is going to use it. Same thing, if you take this into UAE, if you try to launch a QR payment in UAE, it's absolutely going to be useless. People are so used to using contactless payments in UAE, or even for that matter, UK and most of Europe, so it doesn't work. So you have to understand which geography you're kind of launching and try to plug into that individual plug according to what the user behavior is in that particular geography. The future of neobank, at least according to us and our experience, is going to be like vertical. So I can give you a couple of examples. Uh, we've been talking to a lot of people across the globe. I was in Latin America for a while. I was spent some time in Southeast Asia, then and spoke to a lot of people in Africa as well. There are a couple of use cases if you build for it by itself in a niche category is a huge market, and neobanks are supposed to kind of solve for individual niches than try to be everything for everyone. For example, in Nigeria, so we support importers because access to dollars is like very expensive. Typically, they pay anywhere between like 7 to 12% above the standard rates to access dollars when they make payments through suppliers in China or the US or the UK. So by enabling a stablecoin neobank in Nigeria for accessing dollars, it becomes very affordable. Automatically, the economy booms, and dollars are easily accessible through stablecoins. One more example is in Brazil, a lot of people send their kids to study abroad, like US or UK. And if they have to wire the transfer, the aged parents have to go to the bank and do the transfer, etc. And it's very expensive as well. So what we figured was if we had BRL bank accounts, all the thing they had to do was just transfer money to their BRL account, and the kids can withdraw it wherever they are locally, like in the UK and the US, automatically, and the whole rails can get it so simple. So this is where what I say is like the plugs are super important to identify these such problems so that it'll be easy for people to kind of access moving of money, especially across borders. So here's a simple recipe that I would suggest. First is pick your market, then pick an audience inside that market, and then find one or two plugs for inwards and outwards to figure out what works in a particular market, what's the user behavior, etc. And then plug in that market and then launch it. If you don't go vertical, if you don't try to dominate one particular category in one market, one use case, you will literally fail at the end of it, because you cannot be everything for everyone, especially trying to solve using a stablecoin market as well as the banking system. So where does OrbitX stand here, right? So we figured that a lot of vendors, licensing, compliance, everything is like super difficult for people to kind of handle. So we went for the last 24 months, and we have kind of built that whole single rails where you can come in and say, hey, I want to open up this market, I want to build a neobank in this market, I want to build transfer in this market, the card market, the QR market, etc. And we can give you one single API, and we can enable each plug for that particular geography so that movement of money will become super simple, super easy, and easily accessible. And these are some of the things that we provide through a single switch API. We offer named virtual IBANs and account numbers. We offer QR payments for scanning and paying. We even offer you white labeled credit cards. And we also support 60 plus blockchains and 50,000 different tokens. And we can enable up to almost 80 plus country payouts using even named payouts in some of them as well. So just to showcase, like what is possible, we also launched our app with QR payments. So my team said that, hey, we want to do something fun. So give it a try, download our app. Would love to get a feedback from you. So we have a booth behind, and just give it a try. While you guys are in Vietnam, if you hold stable coins, or if you have a US dollar account, Brazilian account, or something, you can even transfer money locally, and you'll be able to try payments. It's like instantaneous. We've been trying out this whole week, and even we onboarded a couple of users, and they've been super amazed with the speed at which it can happen. So thank you so much. And we have a booth behind, so in case if you guys are interested to learn more about how OrbitX can kind of help you build your neobanking solutions, or you want to plug in some of the details, we'll be happy to kind of discuss. Thank you so much.